Hello and welcome to Productively Mindful. My name is ailandas.sulcas and I talk about everything mindfulness and spirituality several times a week. So if that's something you're interested in, make sure you subscribe, click that notification bell so you are notified when I post next, and join the wonderful community that we have here. It is wonderful. Trust me. I was wondering what would happen if I talked about nothing. I feel like we try so hard to make something happen out of nothing, because I believe we misunderstand what nothing is, and we always try. We always try to make something happen, perhaps out of nothing, perhaps out of something, but we always try. I'm definitely a culprit when it comes to that, because I always try. I always try to make a video that's going to be profound in some way, shape, or form. I think there's a big misconception that trying to make something happen will lead to something grand. I think the majority of the society thinks the same way. We all think that constantly trying harder and harder and harder, will create something incredible, create something profound. And to some degree, I guess it's true. Like trying is good. It's good to some degree, because if none of us tried, I guess the growth for us as a species would be to some degree stagnated. But it's also important to understand what happens from that trying, because I believe a lot of suffering comes from trying. What tends to happen with trying is that we overexert our minds, and that overexertion makes our minds work overtime. Overtime in a sense that we create a perpetual chatter in our minds, which is not just the conventional perpetual chatter that we're used to, that voice in our heads that's perhaps reaffirming what we're seeing, trying to justify some sort of a situation, or go over some sort of a scenario in your mind constantly. Maybe the logical voice in your mind trying to solve some sort of a situation or issue that's presented in front of you. But the trying adds some extra yucky flavor to that chatter. It adds an extra layer of complexity and strength to that chatter that is so difficult to overcome. Because if you're really trying to complete something, achieve something, do something, whatever, if you're really, really trying, and if it's not going in the right direction, that voice in your head is going to become so relentless that it's going to drain you, absolutely drain you. Because your brain uses a lot of energy, so supposedly it uses about 30% of nutritional energy that you consume every single day, because it's such a power intensive process thinking. You can get absolutely depleted throughout the day if you just constantly have this perpetual chatter trying to make something happen out of nothing, trying to change a situation that has already happened, or create some sort of a fictional future that you can never know for certain will happen. So we can use up so much energy for no reason. We try to compensate for what is missing through that perpetual chatter. And one of the biggest things that we create is masks. We create so many masks to try and avoid nothingness, to try and avoid the notion of not trying. The problem with the masks is that those masks are created with the purpose of attaining some sort of acceptance from external sources, be it from some sort of a person, be it from even ourselves, by attaining some sort of a item, thing, achievement, just so we can accept ourselves through some sort of external resources. You are already 1,000 different stories to 1,000 different people. And logically thinking, I'm asking you to logically think, logically thinking, if there are so many different versions of you between so many different other individuals, it would be nonsensical to think that everybody will accept every single different story of you. Meaning that if you create masks for every different scenario, every different person, every different situation, you will inevitably be moving away from accepting yourself further and further and further, because you're creating these different stories to yourself, not for anybody else, because everybody else creates a different story about you instinctively to be able to understand you. So you create all these stories about yourself, for yourself, so you can accept yourself. Why? Why would you do that? Don't do it. Doing this only moves you away further and further from authenticity. Authenticity is very, very important, because through spiritual practices, through acceptance, through non-judgment, through understanding, what we do is we want to get closer to being able to accept ourselves. That's why we delve into these practices like spirituality, because we feel like we're just not content with life as is. Perhaps we have a sense that there's something more to be attained from life and we're just not able to do it. So we start looking at alternative approaches, and spirituality is one of them. And I strongly believe that spirituality is a way to align yourself to the true way of life, to the authentic way of life. And it's a very, very difficult practice. To so many people, it feels like it's some sort of a woo-woo approach to life, but it is not. It is so much more than woo-woo. It is actually so much more than woo-woo that it breaks your concept of reality from ground up. It completely shatters everything that you think reality is and starts feeding you the real reality. So you understand life for what it is, accept life for what it is, not judge life. So much suffering comes from it, from non-acceptance, from judgment, all these disagreements, wars, suffering, pain, all of it comes from that. So spirituality is not woo-woo. Spirituality is contentment with each other, with yourself, with life, with experience. So we're all trying. We're trying and trying and trying harder and harder every single day, every single moment, to attain something that's going to allow us to accept ourselves. A lot of the times we try and attain acceptance from everybody else, but we always try. We just always try. But what if? What if you stopped trying? What if we just stop trying? There's only one mask that you need. The mask that you need is the transparent mask of nothingness. Because only through that transparent mask of nothingness will your authenticity be able to shine through. Eventually, you won't need any masks. If you keep practicing the practice of spirituality, if you keep meditating, if you keep accepting life as it unfolds in front of you, if you don't judge reality for what it is, if you try and understand the reality for what it is, you won't need any masks whatsoever. But if you want to create a mask of nothingness, because nothingness is transparent. And through nothingness, authenticity can shine. Because for authenticity to be authentic, you need nothing. So might as well create a mask of nothingness. And something magical will start happening. Through authenticity, you will start gaining abundance. Because authenticity is the highest form of vibration. And the highest form of vibration has the highest chance to align to the vibration of the universe. You will resonate with your frequency, with the universe itself. And the universe is unconditionally supportive. Unconditionally supportive regardless of what you choose to do. If you choose to create all these masks for yourself to fit a certain image for every single certain person, even yourself, then the universe will support you in that. It will create you more and more opportunities to do so. If you choose to be authentic, then the universe will create opportunities for you to be authentic. Authenticity is not easy. It's something that I struggle with a lot. Every single time I make a video, I struggle to be 100% authentic, which is why I want to talk about nothingness, because nothingness is a good way to strip all these masks and be authentic. Some of you could probably even tell if you watch certain videos of what I posted, where I was authentic and where I was not authentic. And namely, if you watch the video where I talked about my experience with meditation, which I'll link above and below the video, you will see how different I was. I went into this flow state where I just talked about meditation super passionately. I poured my heart and soul out into the camera, into the depths of the interwebs. And authenticity brought me abundance, and it was amazing. It was a great opportunity. And the problem was that I kept trying and trying and trying and trying afterwards to be authentic. It doesn't work. So I'm going to talk about nothingness, because nothingness will strip all that trying, and I'm going to be authentic through nothingness. And that's what you should do. Try a little bit of nothingness. It's quite nice. It's quite nice indeed. And anyway, if you're trying to achieve something in this material world that we live in, you're trying to achieve nothingness, because everything material is 99.9% empty space. So might as well try and achieve that nothingness through authenticity. I hope you found this video useful. If you did enjoy it, click like, share, comment, subscribe. Let's have a discussion underneath. Do you agree with what I said? Do you disagree? I'm always interested to hear different perspectives in terms of the subjects that I talk about. I am a mindfulness and spirituality guide, and I help people overcome difficult situations in life that seemingly have no solutions. Perhaps you stress at work, perhaps you stressed at home. You have no idea how to overcome these problems. You tried all kinds of solutions and nothing works. Perhaps spirituality is for you. So I offer a free 1-hour conversation with no strings attached, where I will give you a glimpse of what spirituality is and help steer you in the right direction to help you feel more abundant, more happy, and content with yourself, with your life. Be more acceptant, be more non-judgmental, and be more understanding of reality for what it truly is. If that's something that you're interested in, I have a link tree underneath this video. If you click on it, the booking link is going to be there. This has been ailandas.sulcas from Productively Mindful. I love you all, and I will speak to you very soon. Goodbye.